So the first advice I'm going to share with you is to learn all 12 keys as soon as possible. Again, learning all 12 keys doesn't mean playing all 12 keys. It just means know how to play in all 12 keys. So there are only three things you need to know to be able to learn all 12 keys. So the first thing is to know what a major chord looks like. The second thing is to know what a minor chord looks like. And the third thing is to know what a diminished chord looks like. And if you look at it, it's very easy. Just know what the major chord is. If you want to make a minor chord, just move the middle finger down. If you want to learn what a diminished chord is, just move the top finger down as well. That's it. And then all you have to do is just to play songs in all 12 keys. That is all you need to do. And if you want, you can take your time on it, but it took me 3 months. The reason why it took me 3 months was because when I started learning the piano, my teacher gave me an assignment, which was to practice the 1-4-5 progression in all 12 keys, which was very easy out of that time because 1-4-5 was all major chords. So I didn't really need to learn minor chords too. So if you want, you can use that same advice. If you want, you can use that same advice for you as well. The second thing I want to talk about is to stand and watch pianists play. So earlier in the day, I was in a boarding high school, and the boarding high school, they always have like a church rehearsals on Saturday evening. I would always go to the rehearsals to watch my fellow pianists play, and I would see the type of chord that they're using, and also it helped me like see the way they are playing. It helped me like learn some more passing chords too, and also all those small stuff that always makes the audience do like wow and other stuff. So I would probably say stand and watch pianists play. That would be a second step for you to make insane progress. And then the third thing is to go to music programs that are outside of your church. So that was something I was doing every month. I was always going to rehearsals. I was also recording the music that I could hear so that when I go back home I would listen to it, see what they did, try to figure it out myself. And yeah, that was the third thing I did. The fourth thing was I picked 5 simple songs. Just five. I picked 5 simple songs and I practiced those songs ever since then. The first song was Waymaker. You already know. If you've been watching my channel, you know I used to sing Waymaker. Miracle of the promise keeper. And the second one was Amazing Grace, how sweet that sound. That one's very easy. Then the third one was What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ. Again. What a beautiful name it is. That was a very easy song. I practiced the new stuff, all the new chords I would learn. I always practice them with those songs. I think the fourth and the fifth song was What a Friend We Have in Jesus. Da, na, 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 na. That's another simple song as well. And then the fifth song was I Am Thine, O Lord. Da, na, 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 na. Da, na, 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 da, na. It's like a hymn, an old hymn. So those 5 songs, I would practice all my passing chord that I would learn, all those diminished movements, all those 7-3-6, all those new movements that I was learning. I always practice them on those songs. And then the third thing I did was I focused on 3 YouTube channels that had the same genre of music that I was listening to, either genre of music or the same focus or just something I liked. So that's what I did. I just focused on 3 YouTube channels and I started watching them back to back, watching, see what they do, learn all those new stuff from them. And then the seventh thing I did, the next stuff I did was I listened to more songs. I'm going to drop a screenshot of my Spotify watch time hours. Because like in 2020, 2021, I listened to like so much Hillsong music, such that I was learning riffs from Hillsong. You know, Hillsong is like a CCM. They always produce CCM music. So I was listening to the song back to back. I would learn like what the guitar was doing, all those small riffs, and I was applying them to my piano playing. One of the riffs that I learned, I still remember from them is let's say in the key of C. Yeah, what a beautiful name it is. has a very easy riff, and I learned it from listening to so many Hillsong music. And then the other stuff that I did was I did not overplay. Again, what? I did not overplay. That was because I was trying to fulfill the purpose of a pianist in church. The purpose of a pianist in church is not to overplay. The purpose is to make make it easier for the members of the church to be able to worship God. Again, it depends on what the atmosphere is. If you're in an environment whereby people are worshiping God, you don't want to overplay because it's going to distract the audience. But again, the other stuff that I did was I also overplayed. There are some times that you might need to voice out all those small things that you've been practicing in your quiet time. I will recommend to overplay once in a while. Just because if you don't overplay, all those small things that you've been learning, if you don't stretch them out there, you will just stop to you might start to forget all those stuff. And that was one thing I did not do when I started. Right now, I overplay like once in a while just to like remember all those big things that I've been practicing in my quiet time. Again, overplaying, you don't have to overplay every time. You need to know when it's right. Maybe when everywhere is high and everything, you can try to like throw in some new chords over there. But yeah, I'll recommend to overplay once in a while so that you don't forget all those small things that you've been practicing. And yeah, if you are enjoying the video, I recommend to leave a like. It just lets YouTube know that this video is valuable and this video is helping you and it could help someone else. And if you'd like to see more of my content on your homepage, I'll recommend to subscribe right now so that you don't miss updates from me. So the next thing I want to talk about is to learn more skills as a beginner, but practice more skills as an intermediate. As a beginner, there is really no value of you prioritizing skills. Prioritizing skills means that every time you touch the piano, you're always practicing skills, practicing skills. The only reason is because you really don't know enough about skills for you to be able to use them. Again, the essence of practicing skills is to be able to apply skills during your piano playing, be able to create insane licks and runs. As a beginner, you don't know anything. It's better if you prioritize skills and as an intermediate. And how do you know if you're intermediate? If you're intermediate, if you've been playing for the past let's say 1 year and you know how to play most songs, you know how to stick to rhythm, you know how to do like some basic passing progression and everything, like 736, passing chords, like yeah, after that, that is the right time to learn scales because by that time you have some basic knowledge of how to play the piano, and it's going to make it so much easier for you to apply those skills during your piano playing. And then the last thing I want to talk about is to prioritize your weak point. I'm pretty sure if you're watching my videos, you've been playing the piano for like more than 6 months or more than 1 year. You probably have a weak point. Let's say mine was when I was learning when I was a beginner, or when I was starting to be an intermediate after like 2 years, was I couldn't play hymns properly. Like I didn't know the right voices to use to play hymns. I was having an issue playing hymns, like using the correct voicing and everything. And also, when I say voices, like the actual piano voice, like organ, all those kind of stuff. I didn't really know how to play. And then the other weak point was that I did not know how to play. Like I didn't know how to play certain contemporary praise songs, like the actual rhythm on the piano. So something I did was I just started watching more videos. I just started watching more videos on that. And ever since then, I've been making insane progress on my piano. And then other stuff I want to talk about is to uh, learn other genre of music. So let's say like jazz. Uh, you can do. So I started learning other genre like jazz, R&B, hip hop, and it was actually R&B that gave me like all those sweet chord substitution. Like I remember what substitution I learned from R&B was let's say we are doing a progression like 2, 5, 1. We can do 2, That's like very nice substitution. So I did 2 in the key of C, 5. We can do 5. Or if you want, you can do 2, 5, 1. Or you can do 2, 2, 5, 1. Or another 2, 5, 1. One more can be going to 5, 1. So all those simple stops from R&B, I started applying them into my worship play, and it just changed the game for me, bro. That was insane. So yeah, that's it for today. I think I've talked about 10 tips that improve my playing as a beginner, and I'm pretty sure if you follow these tips, it's going to improve your playing as well. And by the way, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this so that you can see them on your YouTube homepage. And if you like to sound more advanced, check out my piano course. It's going to be the top link in the description. And if not, if you like to keep learning more from me, click on this video right here.